all fine and safe? I'm also fine. Today we are going to start our new class. It's an interesting story about the hare and the tortoise, and it's unit 14, and I'm going to tell you the story. Have you ever seen a hare or a tortoise? Where do you see it? We can see it in a forest or at the sea beach, or we can see it at the zoo also. Okay, imagine it's a hare. It's a hare, and imagine it's a tortoise. Believe me, I had tortoise earlier, but I cannot find it just now. That's why I make it tortoise for you. This is a hare and this is a tortoise. All know that the hare is the fastest animal of the forest, and the tortoise is the slowest animal of the forest. But in this story, uh, what will we see? And can you guess who won the race? Okay, we will know the result of the race, and after my reading. I am reading the story and you follow me attentively. I am reading the story, The Hare and the Tortoise. Now, pictures of the story today. At first you can see the tortoise and the hare are talking, are walking on the path. Picture you can see some other animals are talking to them. Here I can manage, I collected some animal for you. This is the animal and it's a teddy bear, and it's a pig, it's an elephant, and this is swan, and these are also swan. Okay, the animals came to see the race. One day a hare was walking in the forest when he saw a tortoise. The hare was the fastest animal of the forest, and the tortoise was the slowest animal in the forest. We all know about that. The hare called out the tortoise, "Hurry up! You are so slow. Can't you run faster? Can't you run?" Okay, and what was the reply of the tortoise? The tortoise felt angry and said to the hare, "Why don't we have a race? He may win." Okay, the hare laughed and laughed. "Sure, I will win," the hare said. They agreed to start next to a big tree and finish at the river, the race. Okay, then they called their friends to watch. The hare stood beside the tortoise and the race began. From where the race began? Beside a tree, beside a big tree. Next to it, the race started. The hare ran quickly in a few minutes. The hare was out of sight because he is the fastest animal in the forest. The hare said to himself, "The tortoise is very far behind. I have time for a nap." Okay. Soon the hare was asleep under a tree. Under a tree. Okay. Under a tree next to the path. Okay. Then the tortoise walked slowly steadily on and on. He didn't stop. Soon he passed the sleeping hare. Soon he passed the sleeping hare. The hare slept for an hour. When he finally woke up, he looked at the finish line. He couldn't believe his eyes. Tortoise was almost the finish line. The hare ran as fast as he could, but it was too late. The tortoise crossed the finish line and won the competition. Can you believe it? The tortoise won the race. Of course, he won it. Was furious, was very angry. The tortoise looked back at the hare, looked back at the sad hare and smiled. Then he said, "Slow but steady wins the race." Now, question is that who is slow and steady? Can you tell me who was slow and steady during the race? Of course, the tortoise was so overconfident that he underestimated the tortoise. To solve the activity B, C, E and F. Okay? And 8 questions are WH questions. We have to make it WH questions. Here answers are there, but we need to make WH questions. What are WH questions? The questions which are who, etc. We make some questions. These are called WH questions. Here answers are there. Number 1 answer is the hare was walking in the forest. And the WH word, what we have to use? It is where. Where means a place. Where means a place. That means the answer is in the forest. Okay. We can escape the answer in the question. Now, I am writing the question. Where was the auxiliary? The auxiliary is put after the WH word. Where was the hare walking? Where was the hare walking? The hare was walking in the forest. This is the answer of this question. Okay, now number 2 question. The WH word is what? And the answer is the hare saw the tortoise. What? What means what? What? That means the answer is tortoise. We will escape the answer in our question. Okay, now make the question. At first you see what tense is used in the sentence. What tense is there? It is past tense. Here we can see that past tense is used in this sentence. That means we will use did. The do verb did. What did? Then subject. What did the hare? The saw will turn into the base verb. What did? Did. Past tense, it takes the past tense. The auxiliary takes the past tense. And the verb, the principal verb will turn into present tense. What did the hare see? The hare saw the tortoise. It's the answer of this question. Okay, number 3. How? How? How is an adverb and it means cause. The tortoise was walking slowly. Adverb, the answer will be the adverb of this sentence. Okay, how slowly. Slowly is the adverb. Okay, now we will escape the answer in our question. How was subject, then subject. How was the tortoise walking? How was the tortoise walking? The tortoise was walking slowly is the answer. Okay, number 4. Where? Where means place. The place next to a big tree. Next to a big tree. In the sentences, the place is next to a big tree. Okay, where the tense is used, past tense. Where did they start? Where did they start? They start their race. Where did they start their race? They started their race next to a big tree. Okay. Number 5. Who? Who? WH word. And the answer is the subject. The answer is the subject. The subject is the here. We will not write this subject in our question. Now make the question. Who went to sleep? Who went? Here we write the principal verb directly. Who went to sleep? The here went to sleep. Okay. Now the 6th number question. How long? How long? The duration. How long? The duration for an hour. An hour. Okay. How long he? The subject is he. We can write here he or as we know he is the pronoun of the here. We can write also the here in this question. How long the here? How long did, the tense is past tense. How long did he sleep? He sleep for. We can write also for here. How long did he sleep for? He slept for an hour. Okay. We can write here also the subject. The how long did the hare sleep for? Okay. The hare slept for an hour. Now number 7 question. When? When means time. We can find the time here when the tortoise crossed the finish line. When means the status of time. The here the tortoise crossed the finish line. Okay. Now make the question. When, past tense, when did the hare, woke means wake up. When did the hare wake up? The hare woke up when the state of time, when the tortoise crossed the finish line. When the tortoise just about the finish line, the hare woke up. Okay, we know that after reading the story. Number the last question. Who? The tortoise won the race. Who means the subject will be the answer. Who, and we can put the principal verb directly. Who won the race? Who won the race? The tortoise won the race. Okay, because he was slow but steady. He was slow and steady. That's why he won the race. Okay, now activity C. Read the sentences. Which animal is each sentence about? Write T for tortoise and H for hare. Which animal is each sentence about? This sentence is about whom? Okay, he is the fastest animal in the forest. We know the hare. Hare means H. He is the slowest animal in the forest. We know tortoise. T, capital T. Okay. He took a nap during the race. Who took a nap? Who slept for an hour? The hare. Hare means capital H. Okay. Number 4. He crossed the finish line first. Who crossed the finish line first? Who touched the finish line first? Who crossed the finish line first? We know the tortoise. The tortoise means T. He was angry at the end of the race. Who was angry at the race? Who was furious? At the end of the race, the hare. Here we write capital H. Okay, it's a group work. Okay, what does slow and steady means? Write down the, try to explain correct word from the box. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words in the box, in the blue box. We will put the words in the box correctly. Okay. The hare was the dash animal, but the tortoise was the dash. Okay. We search for the accurate word for this sentence. The hare was the fastest animal. That means it's one fastest animal, but the tortoise was the slowest animal. Okay. One day, the tortoise and the hare dash. What did they do? One day, the tortoise and the hare raced. Okay. One day, the tortoise and the hare raced. They made a race. Okay. Then the hare ran very quickly, but then he dashed a nap. The hare ran very quickly, but then he took a nap. Okay. I think you are doing correctly. The tortoise walked on dash. Full stop. The tortoise walked on steadily. Okay. While the hare was sleeping, the tortoise passed him. The tortoise crossed the finish line first and won the race. W-O-N, won the race. Okay, number F. Activity is matching. Match the words in column A with the words with the similar meaning in column B. Okay. Angry. Angry means what? Angry means furious. At the end of the race, the hare was very furious. Okay. Fast. Fast means very quick. Fast means quick. The hare was the fastest animal in the forest. Nap means short sleep. That means sleep. Okay. And next to means we all know beside. Okay. Find out the word beside and make a line. Okay. Start. Start means begin. Start means begin. Okay. Now we have finished the activity, all activity. And this is language focus, quotation mark. What does quotation mark means? Quotation marks means to show that what someone said. We put quotation marks at the beginning and at the end of the person's word. What does a person say? We put it into inverted commas. That means quotation mark. We use quotation mark to show what a person says. Okay. Use a comma before or after the quotation mark. Start the first word inside the quotation marks with a capital letter. Here is an example. Here starting quotation mark and this is finishing quotation mark, and before the quotation mark we use comma. We use a comma before a quotation mark, and after here the slowest animal. Who says this? Who says this sentence? Tortoise says the sentence. That means we bond it using quotation mark. And find the sentences with quotation mark on page 52 and 54 and 55. That means the story. How many quotation marks are there? Underline the quotation marks. Underline the quotation mark. Here is a quotation mark, and another, and here is also another quotation mark is used, and in this page we can see the quotation marks in this line. Okay, and we also see quotation mark at who said this? Who said the moral? The tortoise. Final, it is the moral of this story. Okay, now we have completed Unit 14. I hope that you all understand my lecture today, and it's a very interesting story, and try to steady in your study. Okay, then see you in our next class. Goodbye.